Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be using this death wobble diagnosis checklist to diagnose and fix the death wobble on this 2016 Jeep Wrangler. For those of you who don't know, death wobble is when your steering wheel starts to shake really violently from side to side. Let's get our Jeep on the lift and start going over our checklist. For our first check, we want to make sure all our tire pressures are set to vehicle specifications. You can find what it's supposed to be on the driver's side door jamb. There's a sticker that will tell you your front and rear PSIs. For this Jeep, it's 37 PSI. I'm gonna use my digital tire inflator. One of the standard ones where you put it to the valve stem and it comes out the bottom would work as well, but this one just makes it easy to read and see exactly. So I'll use this and get all of our tires to exactly 37 PSI. And if I do notice that one is 5 or so off, a lot more off than normal, it could be a cause of our death wobble. This tire was at 31, which is decently low, so I'm sure that that was not helping. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with the other 4. With all our tire pressure set to 37 PSI, we can go ahead and check off the tire pressure box. Next thing on the list is wheel balance, specifically for the front. Not everybody has a wheel balancer, so it's kind of hard to tell, but some signs that your wheels are unbalanced is if you have teeny tiny vibrations in the steering wheel at certain speeds, or if you have vibrations in your butt at certain speeds. It usually syncs up with a certain speed in your car to the unbalancedness of your wheel. But because we are lucky enough to have a wheel balancer, I'm going to pull the front wheels off and check to make sure they're balanced. For the first spin, I'm gonna leave the old weights on just so I can see how in or out of balance this tire is before I pull the weights off and won't be able to tell. The inside of the wheel needs 1.25 and the outside of the wheel needs 1 ounce, which for a big mud 37-inch tire is not as bad as I thought it would be, but it is unbalanced enough that I'm gonna go ahead and redo it. That's one wheel done, just gotta do the other side. With our wheels rebalanced and torqued down, go ahead and check off wheel balance. Our next item is a steering stabilizer, and a lot of the times if you take your Jeep into a shop, this is the first thing they're gonna try and sell you. Let's take a look at our steering stabilizer and see if it's the problem. This is what your steering stabilizer looks like. This is an aftermarket one, but they all do the same thing. Basically, there's oil and a valve in here that puts resistance on your tires as you turn them left and right. A way to check to make sure they're still good is to look around both ends to make sure it's not leaking any oil. Also want to make sure there's no damage. And finally, we're going to pull it off and check to make sure it still has good resistance. The way this particular steering stabilizer comes off is with a 3/16 Allen on the clamp and with a 22mm socket and wrench. To check and make sure this is still working, I'm simply just gonna make sure it has resistance both ways, which that way is good, and that way is good as well. I'm not going to reinstall this yet. I'm gonna check the rest of my steering components without this and then reinstall it. With our steering stabilizer still working good, we can move on to ball joints. You have an upper ball joint and a lower ball joint. And what we need to do is apply pressure on the wheel up and down and visually and physically feel and look to see if there's any play or if we can feel any movement. The best way to do this is to get some sort of leverage tool, like I have a big pry bar or a 2x4 or a shovel handle, and lift up and down, or have a partner lift up and down while you inspect the ball joints. we're looking at this gap here between our knuckle and our upper ball joint. And we're looking at this gap here between our knuckle and upper ball joint. If there's basically any movement there, the ball joints need to be replaced. I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but our upper ball joint is definitely moving up and down just a little tiny bit, which means it needs to be replaced and could be causing our death wobble. With our ball joints having some movement, we've got our first X. The ball joints need to be replaced. With that unfortunate news out of the way, we can move on to wheel bearings. To check your wheel bearings, you want to shake your tire inside and outside, kind of in a circle motion to check all around the wheel bearing. And our wheel bearings do feel good, but as you guys heard, there is some other noises going on, but we'll get to it. With the wheel bearings still feeling good, we can move on to the track bar. To begin our checks on the drag link, track bar, and tie rod, what we're gonna do is have our helper move the steering wheel like this from about 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, not too fast, not too slow. And then we're gonna get under the vehicle and physically feel and look for any play or movement that's going on. With my helper inside, moving the steering wheel back and forth, I can start with my track bar, feeling both ends to make sure there's no play or movement, and I don't feel any out of the track bar. Then I can move on to my drag link, which is connected to my pitman arm, which is what steers your wheels. There's a little bit of play here, you guys can see right here. So this end is bad. Moving down to this side. It's not as bad, but there is still a little play there. And then finally, the track bar, which has a decent click, and that's what you guys can hear right now. Our track bar is the only one of these 3 remaining items that I think is still good. For these 2 items, I want to get the Jeep up in the air and show how much movement just a little bit of play in each can cause. With just a little bit of play in our tie rod and our drag link, we end up with this much play in our wheel, which is definitely a problem. With our list complete, we know which parts are still good and which parts we need to replace. If you do any of your own research or read any forums, you'll come to the conclusion that these 3 items, along with sometimes the steering stabilizer, is the main cause of death wobble. Now we get to the fun part / hard part of putting new parts on. For all our replacement parts, we've got a bunch of goodies from Synergy. We've got their upper and lower ball joints. We're still waiting on the other set, but we're gonna go ahead and get started on the install. We've got their heavy duty drag link, and we've got their heavy duty tie rod. I've installed these parts on a bunch of Jeeps with oversized tires, and I've always liked the result. If you want to get them for your Jeep, use this code for a 5% off discount. Let's go ahead and get everything unboxed. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on installing my upper and lower ball joints on both sides. I'm gonna do it off camera because it's not really a DIY process, so I'll bring you guys back when I do the tie rod and drag link, because you could totally do this at home. You can see I got my old upper and lower ball joints out with no problem, which is very lucky because sometimes these can be a pain. We'll go ahead and get the Jeep up in the air and show you the new ones installed. And then here's our new upper ball joint installed and our lower ball joint installed. And with that, I can happily cross ball joints off the list. Next, we can move on to the tie rod. Let's go ahead and get the wheels pulled off so we can see what's going on. To remove this tie rod, we need a 21mm wrench for the nut, and we need to hold the stem with a 6mm Allen. A way to break this free from the knuckle is to just whack the knuckle pretty solid with a hammer, and then if you need to, a few taps on the top. Then we can take it off the rest of the way. And then same tools and process for the other side. Our old tie rod is a Terraflex heavy duty tie rod, which really is a good tie rod. It just has been worn out over years of heavy driving on the trail and on the rocks in Moab. And then we have our new tie rod from Synergy. This component gets the name tie rod because it ties your two wheels together and the drag link drags them at the same time. To set our new tie rod to the right length, what I'm going to do is measure from the center of this ball joint to the center of this ball joint and transfer it to here. From the center of one ball joint to the other is 58.5. So we're going to transfer that measurement to our new ball joint. The Synergy tie rod with both ends tightened all the way in is at 57.5. So we need to spin each tie rod end out 1/2 inch. So we get an inch total. This tie rod is cool because this is a double threaded nut, meaning it's threaded into the tie rod and the tie rod end. So if the tie rod and the end stay the same and we turn the nut, it loosens or tightens it depending on which way we go. Got my center to center length on my new tie rod to the same as my old at 58.5. Where our old tie rod had big jam nuts on each side to keep it locked in place and from moving, this one uses a pinching system where we use a bolt and a nut to tighten it, and this gap closes, keeping it from moving. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these pinch bolts down just snug, and then we'll tighten them down all the way at the very end. With our bolts snugged up, go ahead and throw this thing in. Tighten these up with a 27mm socket. You want to be sure not to over tighten these nuts. They use a cotter pin, so you get it pretty tight, and then you look for the hole in the stem, and then you can tighten it the rest of the way around so that you can fit your pin through. Same thing for this side. Before we tighten up these pinch bolts all the way, I want to make sure that the tie rod is flat and even with the ground, not bent down like this, but flat. And with that, it's tie rod complete. The last step for this tie rod install is to install our grease fittings and fill them full of grease. Next, we can move to our final piece, the drag link. To get the drag link off, we need a 21mm wrench. Like our tie rod, our drag link is a Terraflex heavy duty, which is a great drag link. It's just worn out. The process for setting up our new drag link will be the same as it was for our tie rod. Measure from center to center and then transfer it over to our new piece. Our drag link is 40.5 inches long. Got my drag link set at 40.5 to match my old one. Just like I did on the tie rod, I'm going to install the pinch bolt loosely to keep it from moving around too much. I'm also going to snug down this jam nut. With everything snugged up, we can go ahead and get this installed. With our drag link installed, tightened, and greased, we can check off the last item on our death wobble diagnosis list. A couple things that aren't on our list is reinstalling the steering stabilizer and getting the Jeep over to an alignment shop. With our steering stabilizer installed, I can show you guys the difference our new parts made. If you guys remember from our first test, when I would shake the wheel back and forth like this, there was lots of clunking and noise, and the tire would wiggle back and forth about 1/4 inch. Now, with all our new parts and fixes, there's nothing. Problem solved. As a reminder, here's what our Jeep looked like with all the old parts. We end up with this much play in our wheel, which is definitely a problem. And here's the same test with all our new parts. Now we can get this thing to the alignment shop and do an on-road test. Just picked the Jeep up from the alignment shop. We're going for the first test drive. Previously, this Jeep would get death wobbles around 60 miles an hour or over. So for the first time, I'm gonna get the Jeep up to speed and see if our death wobble is fixed. Right now we're cruising at 72 miles an hour with no shakes. The steering wheel feels nice and solid. I would say that all our new parts and effort was a success. I hope you guys were able to use our checklist on the whiteboard and our diagnosis tips to help you find and fix your death wobble. If you guys have any questions about your Jeep or any other questions in general, leave them down below. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to like and subscribe. Also be sure to check out our website where you can find these parts we installed and a lot of other stuff for your rig. We'll see you guys in the next one.